Hey guys, so I am done with this fun embroidered dress. I don't think I did a intro because I just wanted to get straight on into sewing this dress. But I thought I would just go over a little bit about this dress, inspiration and everything. So this fabric that I have is from Marcy Tilton. It is a designer dead stock fabric. It is this really cool embroidered, I think it was like rayon fabric. I'm not entirely sure if the embroidery itself is rayon. It probably isn't. It's probably polyester, just based on experience. But I really loved this fabric whenever I first saw it at that store, and I knew I needed to pick some up. I knew I wanted to make a fun dress out of it at some point. And that's what I did, obviously. And originally I was thinking about something kind of loose and maybe gathered, but I figured since this fabric is embroidered, it's kind of bulky, so it doesn't really lend itself very well to like something that would be gathered in that way. So I've picked out this pattern, which is a really simple, just basic, I don't know, it doesn't have really any gathering or anything, this dress, but I really liked the shape of it. I personally bought this pattern like a few years ago, but I don't exactly like support the brand that the pattern is from anymore, so I'm just not gonna like mention what it is. I'm sure you can find similar patterns, and to be completely honest, I'm not totally sold on this pattern as is. There's like some weird, like, I don't know, extra fabric in this portion of the bodice. The back fits pretty well. Like the back, I really like the way it looks, and I like how smooth it is. Over the past year or so, I've realized that I prefer dresses that sort of smooth over my waist rather than ones that are like gathered into my waist, which is how my wedding dress was. So I'm glad I went with that for my wedding dress. I've made a few dresses more recently than that have had a gathered skirt that I've been like not so sure on, but yeah, so I've been trying to like move more into those types of dresses rather than ones that are gathered, because I know whenever I put them on it just like feels too bulky for me for some reason. Maybe that will change in the future, maybe not, but for the time being that's what I prefer. But I really absolutely love the way this fabric looks made up into this dress. It's quite beautiful. There is a zipper in the side, which is a pain to open and close because the fabric is super bulky. I had trouble getting the cuffs on because the fabric is so bulky. The other thing was this fabric is a little bit sheer, and originally I wasn't going to add a lining or anything, but in the end I decided it would make so much more sense, be so much more easy and wearable if I had a lining. So I just got some dead stock, I think it was, I don't remember, it was some, one of those lightweight fabrics that you can get like a voile or something. It was some dead stock white cotton lightweight fabric from Mood, and I was like, well, it's pretty cheap, it's a nice wide cut, so I bought a bunch of yards of it so that I can line some other dresses that I'm planning on making, and I'm really happy with how opaque it is with this lining. I tend to like overthink with the lining because I want it to not be see-through. I mean, most people probably are the same way. And so whenever I have a lining fabric that isn't the most opaque, I get a little bit worried. I'm like, oh no, I need this to be more opaque, because this and my fashion fabric aren't opaque, so I want it to be opaque. But I read somewhere online, I think it was like on Gertie's website or something, it was like, don't freak out if your lining fabric is not quite opaque, because your lining fabric plus your fashion fabric, even if the two of them independently aren't opaque, if you add them on top of each other, they still might be opaque. Of course, there are times in places where that's not true, but you just gotta make sure it works for you. Yeah. I don't think I will get a full length video of me wearing this dress. It's pretty long. But I should insert some pictures because I think it looks really cute. The neckline is actually pretty low for me, but I am okay with that. But yeah, I really love how this turned out. I love this like multicolored, large format, like floral embroidered print. It's really cool. And I think it's something you don't see a lot of. I looked up the original designer of this fabric because I was curious because they mentioned what the original designer was. And I found the original, like what the garment was that they made out of this fabric, and it was actually a bomber jacket, which was really interesting. If I have the picture, I want to insert it. That's actually something I really love to do, is whenever I get a dead stock fabric, I love to go and look on, like do some Google sleuthing, maybe on Pinterest, like whatever search engine I can find. I try to find like what the original garment was to get like inspiration and just see what it was used for. It's pretty fun. Yeah. So basically that's all I have to say for this lovely dress. Talk to you later. Bye.